Nope, just here to listen.
All right, the trash truck. I reviewed, everyone get to review these proposals?
Yes.
Okay.
This was just as bad.
Yeah. Wow, last night, the dentist, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Continue. Punishment.
Okay, I have one question mark that I might want us to start to discussing with. You guys recommended to go with the Mack chassis on the heel for 20,000 more than the Western Star chassis.
Yeah, and that's a function of the timing more than anything else, and just the unreliability of our current
Right.
vehicle. Plus, we currently have a Mack truck, and so we know that brand. That is what the green truck is.
Okay,
Is a Mack truck. So, Western Star is, as a brand, I don't personally know anything about it, but Jim has talked to contractors who use it, so they are familiar with it, and it's okay. And if we don't want to spend the extra money, we can wait, if you're willing to take the chance.
Well, Jim, the other question to ask is, I'm sure
Sure.
you probably asked this question for the record.
Yeah.
Did you ask either of these manufacturers if they had a loaner truck that could get us, if they can deliver it?
Neither. We're trying to find other, in fact, I think Jim right now is talking to someone who would be able to come into town if our truck broke down. He's just trying to confirm that.
Define coming to town, is that someone we would have to pay to haul?
Yes, there would be an additional cost, but at least they have a rear load Packer truck that we could use, and that's what he's trying to confirm. So.
Okay, my question is there an urgency to us making the decision today?
Yeah, well,
Or
The only-
or can we get more information?
we can, you don't have to make the decision today.
Yeah.
We can get additional information if you need it. But we need to know that we're going in the direction that you want us to go, number one. And number two, as we delay, we're getting the, we're pushing out the delivery
No,
date.
I
And
got you on that.
Our other thing, this Mack chassis is on the ground right now. It could be gone, it could be sold tomorrow. We haven't put a deposit on it, or anything like that. So that's another consideration, is that unless I were to send some money
Right.
to them,
Right.
we don't know that they will hold it.
Would they take an opt-out check, part of the contract if it's not approved at town meeting?
I have not asked them that.
No, that's a.
That's the main question I had. If we go ahead with it, do we have an escape clause, or do we lose our deposit, or what?
We can
Okay.
ask that. I know that on the Western Star chassis,
Mhm.
if we order it, we are committed to buy it. The Mac,
Right.
I do not have any, I don't have any indication from him that, we would be able to get out of it.
My first thought is this.
Yeah.
Is that it's been a couple of days since we've found out how long it's gonna take us to get a garbage truck.
Yeah.
So we've gone into this, guns blazing, which we should.
Yeah, yeah.
But because we have to deal with town meeting for the authorization for the money,
Mhm.
my suggestion is, this is a good guideline to look at this, but can we investigate other options? Because I think one of the things that came up with the fire truck is that it was, we went with that process very quickly. Meaning, we found this truck and instead of really, you know what I mean, we found it and we grabbed it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
this is just
what
one
part-
of
okay,
three
no, I'm-
people speaking here.
Yep, no, I'm at, okay, so if that's the feeling of the board, what do you want us to do other than this information?
My thought would be, this is someone in Massachusetts, maybe there's someone in Connecticut and Vermont, maybe there's someone in Maine. I don't know, I've never shopped for a garbage truck before.
Well, we have three vendors who have been actively looking for a chassis for us
Okay,
for
you tell us
2
that.
or 3 weeks.
Okay, what we've got here is, let me explain how it's presented to us. It's
Okay.
presented to us that, hey, I've got a proposal, here's the proposal, we can do A or B. We don't have the background that this is through after looking at 3 different vendors. This is just looks like,
Yeah.
or more vendors. We don't know that, Mark.
Yeah.
Am I right with that?
Yes.
So that's where I'm coming from with this, but maybe the other two.
So I'm gonna back up. So we have been looking at Freightliner and Mack,
Kenworth and
Kenworth
Western Star.
and Western Star. There are no chassis other than this Mack chassis. There are no other chassis, heavy-duty, 11-liter engines that are capable of taking the weight of the Packer that we are looking at. There aren't any existing. There are a lot of light-duty trucks that are not going to last a long time for us and are not going to have the capacity to pack what we need to pack. Am I saying anything here?
Okay.
Okay,
It's
so we have looked through all those
Right,
vendors.
now it's getting on the
Yeah,
record.
yeah.
It wasn't.
No, understood. So what we have identified are 2 viable options with this Mack truck, Mack chassis that is on the ground available, is a heavy-duty truck. It's virtually the same as our current truck that can be married to a Heil Packer in the length of time as I've laid it out here. And so if we ordered that today, we could have that truck delivered to us by the beginning of June at the latest, end of May, probably.
And the
Okay.
problem also with the other Packer is because the delivery date is so far out that we now have to take into consideration, if we continue with the current rental truck, we're paying $75 an hour, which is
That's
what,
right.
$3,000 a month?
Yes.
Oh, no.
So you end
So-
up
It
at
doesn't meet our-
18,000 and
That's right,
all
it
of a
doesn't
sudden
meet
the
our-
differential in price
Well,
is.
and if he sells it,
And if
Yeah.
he sells it tomorrow,
Yeah.
he could call us and now we have an even smaller truck potentially.
Right.
Or some other, we're looking for
Or-
another
right.
option.
Right.
I've got you, I just want to make sure that
Yeah,
it's
and
on
so
the
I'm,
record that
we're
you've
understood.
investigated
Yeah,
all
we-
options.
Yeah.
These
We
are
are
the best
looking.
options.
So we did get good news in this whole fracas here, that we found an aftermarket radiator
Yes.
for our truck,
Mhm.
the green truck.
Mhm.
And that can be installed in
It's the
in service.
the truck is due there on the 19th, and we should have it back by the 26th or the 28th.
Which is this
Mhm.
section here.
Mhm.
Our only concern is that truck could last till next November, or it could break the day after we get
Oh,
it
no,
back.
I got you on that. And
So-
that's-
That's the unknown that we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
And we're kind of up against it. So
I'm satisfied with what has been presented to me in paper and then drawing out for the record, the work that you guys did behind the scenes to put some options in front of us. My concern deals more with the ability of the board to authorize the expenditure of funds or to let a contract prior to town meeting.
And we can wait until the day after town meeting, and if we do that,
I mean,
just
I-
extend those timelines out.
But you can talk to them as well,
Yeah.
right? And find out whether
Well, they know that they're dealing with a municipality and we
Yeah.
need to go to town meeting.
Right.
And the guy with the Mack chassis said, if nobody buys it, the same deal will be available
No.
the day after town meeting. But if somebody does buy it, then you're gonna add
Yes, A long time?
Just for the record, just so that everybody is well aware, the situation with buying a truck today, and I've talked to numerous contractors, and one in particular who has gone through this because he's expecting his new truck at the end of the month that he ordered at the beginning of November. So typically, dealers have spots at the factory. They don't have the trucks on the lot.
Mhm.
They have spots at the factory to place an order and the truck will be built. Usually takes about 90 days for that truck to be built. It takes up to 90 days for, once that truck gets to the packer manufacturer, to manufacture the packer that goes on it. So just for the record,
Right.
that's.
But no, we're dealing with a dilemma to commit the town. I think what we need to do is talk to this person and go, is there a possibility of putting down a refundable deposit if it doesn't count? And if there is a refundable deposit, or we can get out of it if it's not voted, I don't have a problem at all.
No, I think that's, I mean,
Yeah.
it's highly unlikely, although one never knows, that this is gonna be voted down.
No, I don't
No, I
We need a trash, a trash truck. But on the other hand, we have to be faithful to
Yes.
to what we're allowed to do. And I think refundable deposit, I mean, it could work both ways. If he gets another buyer.
Yeah.
He just gives the money back.
The money.
And we will have a truck, whether it lasts a week or 6 weeks. Because what we are hoping is to have the truck put into enough of a serviceable situation where we'll retain some value and we can sell it.
So
You know what the used
potentially
ones are
put it
going
as a-
for.
Right, so hopefully we'll get some use out of this truck.
No,
If not,
understood.
it's not gonna, it won't come back and the radiator is great, but everything else won't. So that would be, I would say we could follow up after we can see if we.
Okay, refundable deposit.
And also, why don't we, while we're talking about it, the information you gave us on the front end loader.
Right.
Was very thorough.
I think, yeah.
And it talks about the cost and the change to do it.
Change
I
our
don't think
whole
that-
system.
I don't think it's feasible, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean,
Having our-
we did think about it, and it was a suggestion, and I just wanted to make sure you guys understood what we would
Right.
have to do.
Yeah.
Now,
It's
one
quite
thing,
plain.
one thing that Jim and I, as a result of last night, one thing that we're looking at is whether or not there are dual purpose dumpsters, okay? So, because one thing that this does bring up is most of the trash contractors now are going to front end trucks, okay, front load trucks. So if we, in the future, have a maintenance issue and we need a contractor to come in to cover us
They
while
might
we're
not have a
repairing,
truck to do.
they might not have a rear load truck to
Okay.
take care of it.
Well, then,
So as we replace dumpsters going forward, we're gonna look to see if there's a dual type of dumpster that we
yeah,
can
but what
use.
we're throwing in right now is we're really throwing a lot more mud into water than we had
No,
intended.
I wouldn't
No.
talk about this at town meeting
Yeah,
necessarily.
but here's something that we should be looking at. If this is the reality of the future, that front load trash trucks and front load dumpsters are the future, that it's kind of, I thought that we have to give $250,000 to a truck that would be antiquated.
Well,
You know what I mean? That's,
Well, but do you add $150,000 to the bond and redo the entire?
yeah, no,
redo?
it's a huge,
Dumpster.
well, we weren't planning on adding the 250 to the bond this year either. But,
Well, do you take it to 400 now?
But here's another thing, is it gonna be 400? Do the enclosures have to be?
And the
reworked?
enclosures, it may be a
And
half.
everything else.
Yeah.
No, I think we probably need to go with what we're doing, and hopefully this truck will
Well,
last.
and that was my thought, was as we transition these dumpsters, the next truck that we get can be front end load. And so,
But also, the way I'm thinking, I don't, this is great, because I don't know anything about dumpsters and trash. You know, it's,
well, you're gonna hear more about it.
I am, and you know, a lot of things I never knew when I came in, and I would assume Marty and Rich, neither do
But it's not in my wheelhouse now.
We just
It
started.
is that the actual physical layout of our dumpsters. If we go to another format, is it going to have to change dramatically? I remember the issues we had with the Silver Fox and just trying to get those gates changed by
right.
this.
Mhm.
So I think we need to go with what we have and what we know and
Yeah.
make it last for as long as we can.
Absolutely.
If we're looking at, what are we gonna buy this, 10 years?
The truck?
Yeah.
10 or
Yeah,
15.
so if we figure a 10, 12
Well,
year.
it won't be more than 10.
Yeah,
Because the truck won't
Thank you.
last, the truck won't
Thank you.
last more than 10.
No, don't say that. The truck will last 15, but we're bonding. But so I'm saying that for the next select people.
Yes. Right.
Why do
Right.
we care about the next group?
I don't want it written in my legacy. Or any of our legacies. But I think that it's reasonable for us to expect that the dumpsters we have will not be totally outmoded. They're not gonna find a reason to ban these dumpsters in 7 years.
Right.
And I think are you, will comment on that?
No.
You might know something more than we don't. But no, I have a feeling the existing life of all of our equipment here is not gonna be hinged on the change of dumpster truck styles.
No, I mean, and we would probably know that with some kind of lead time. that we
Yeah,
can
if people were saying, oh, we can't build you this truck.
Yeah, right.
Well, this spring.
I mean,
we're
they
gonna
wouldn't
have-
be building a brand new packer that with an expected life of 10 years or more.
Or is it, that's why they don't have any in stock, because they don't wanna build it anymore?
No, they have all kinds of models they sell.
Remember GM made that 2468 cylinder thing when the cylinder shut off?
Well, we're gonna see, I mean, we're gonna get a feel perhaps once we have those folks coming in the spring, and get a look at our setup. I do wanna make one somewhat gratuitous, comment. It's as an observation that I think we find ourselves in this position because we run everything beyond this service life and then some, rather than running it until, we can probably get best value on trade-in and then moving on to the next one. And not being faced with these emergency breakdowns, whether it's a fire ladder truck or whether it's a dump truck, always have something
Yeah,
that's.
the
I
right
know it's a
now, the
different
trash truck,
philosophy. Yeah,
the trash truck is 4 years beyond what we
Yeah.
stated the useful life was
And
when
the
we
town
bought
hall is how far beyond its
Yeah.
useful life?
it's only gets more expensive, I think, doing it that way, so I don't know how to tap that yet.
it. Okay, so we will offer if he will give us a refundable deposit, we can commit to that.
And if he doesn't, let's talk, and let's see what happens when our truck gets back.
Okay. So we'll talk about it on Wednesday.
Right.
All right.
Great, thank you for the research
Yeah.
and quick response on that. All right, I'm gonna skip ahead to privilege of the floor number 2. I see people are here. Will, do you have anything?
Well, I think, I learned about this, I knew the other meeting about the trash was really Wednesday, and I just wanted to come and didn't know if I was gonna miss anything, this meeting. 'Cause I
No,
know-
we're not gonna talk about the ordinances
Yeah.
until Wednesday.
Yeah, right, yeah, that's fine.
Rob, anything?
We're good.
Okay,
But you've seen the ordinances, right, Will?
Have you seen?
I haven't seen the new
changes?
ones yet. No.
it kind of states the obvious as to what people's responsibilities are, and it talks about us asking for more communication.
Yeah.
Meaning that we're going, and we as a town are gonna go out on our way to establish a communication line. We're gonna try to get a list of all the presidents of all the associations and in communication with them about this and the other things that come up.
Can somebody give Will a copy of the ordinances?
Yeah,
before-
right.
right,
before the
Judy, on
meeting?
my round table, the ordinances are right there. You
Yeah,
can-
it's just a change of a few
Give
words.
it back.
It's nothing.
Yeah, and, just as an example, we've had one person who has been regularly communicating with Mark about the fact that he doesn't think his dumpsters have been emptied or that they haven't been emptied frequently enough. And in one of those, he took a picture of his dumpster, which had a foot of snow on top of it and trash all the way around it.
Let me guess.
And
Christmas.
somehow he thought this was the town's responsibility to
No, it was
take care of.
after New Year's.
Was it really?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is to clarify, no, the town is responsible for going and getting the trash and getting to the transfer station or up to the landfill. But as far as keeping the
Area.
thing accessible and that kind of thing, that's up to whoever the property manager is.
And we want to get a better communication with the associations running down to the individual property condo owners. To know that when the trash is full, you take it over here.
Right.
You leave it there.
I say it all the time.
Yeah,
every
I
day.
understand. We can only do what we can do.
Correct.
But we just want to establish it and clarify it so it's.
And so if we make these changes to the ordinances, we can send them to everybody. You know, and so every property owner will get their own copy, they'll get reminded,
So
so.
I'll make sure they have a copy,
Yeah.
so it'll go off from us.
And it's not fair to your guys either to get out there and.
It's
We
the
pay
only-
them what they food.
it's the only way the town can deal
But
with
it's
it.
just,
It's not-
there's so much with this winter, especially with all we've dealt with, to have to deal with that on top of it. It's kind of like when our guys get out there and someone has come in and decided it'd be a good idea to put their couch in the dumpster here. Or.
And that's been the
Or an old
issue.
tube.
Oh, I know, yeah.
And we don't want anybody to get hurt trying to get out of this.
I mean, we've dealt with that before, people throwing stuff in there and digging it out.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you guys coming in and caring about it. All right, let's move on to other businesses.
So we were asked the question last night about the comparison staff costs versus what we had budgeted last year. So I'm giving you two different sheets here. One of them is called the comparison of approved to proposed
Right.
total staffing. And that's the 6.07 that is on your personnel sheet, right? And I picked out the important or the big items that kept getting talked about last night, right? With wages, health insurance, fire, police, retirement, and admin retirement. So, and then Bill had said he didn't want all of the staffing, he didn't want the new positions, he wanted an apples to apples comparison. So that's the other sheet. So if you remove the two new positions from the budget, right, Judy? That comes out to the 3.46%.
Well, it says here it's the elimination of the new full-time position, like there was
Yeah,
only
and
one.
it should be both.
Both of them,
It was
and also
the
the
public,
increase in hours.
not the increase in hours. Do you want, if you want, I'll
I mean,
remove
it's,
the
I know
increase
that's
in
not,
hours
I
also.
know that's,
But it was position to position that was
okay.
comparing. I'm
Because we only
sorry.
compared full-time wages, I believe. on-
Yeah, we only, no, this was total wages.
It was total.
It was total wages.
Okay, so it's weird if you try to run down this number here and you look at, you're down 15%, you're down 6%, but those numbers aren't big enough to make.
That's
The
right, they don't
difference,
make
so-
any difference.
So it comes to it's a 3 point.
It's a 3.46.
Yeah.
And I, you know,
And some of that is due to the fact that we adjusted the wage structure. as
that's
well.
correct.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, because there were several positions that
Right,
had
and
adjusted
we're-
it to
yeah.
that.
I knew it would be in line, I thought it would be closer to 4.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're okay with this? so-
And the wages is closer to 4.
Yeah.
So, apples to apples.
See, my mind doesn't work that way. I see 15 and 6, so it's 21%, so.
Yeah, I know, right.
21% off, how much?
All right, so we're at 6.07, and that's with the.
In total, that's with the
Two
new
new
positions.
full-time.
So the two
Right, and
new
that's with the
full-time
three- and
positions at 2.5, basically 2.5% to our personnel
And
costs.
and that's a 2.3 goal.
Yes.
Okay, and on the 2.3.
Yes.
Which is what the CPI was in October,
In October when we were
announced in
doing.
November,
That's correct.
right? And is that the way we always do it?
That's the way we always do it.
Okay.
Because that's the
And
only.
we don't adjust it
Well,
when we find
I
out.
think one year we did go back, but we just never mentioned it, so I just never looked, I'm sorry.
What about the thing that I had talked about that said, here's what the CPI number is that we used and here's what we gave as the general increase? Do we have that somewhere?
I have not adjusted that chart, but I will
Yeah.
do that all the way back to 2011, which,
Right,
Yeah.
and this doesn't involve the personnel costs at all.
no,
It's
no,
just
right,
looking at
just the COLAs
just the
and the
COLAs,
CPI.
what does that average out to,
I
and
have
what
not
are our
had a chance to
increases
do
at?
that yet.
Yeah, because again, my recollection when we came up with the 2.3 is that we were looking back at some history and said, gee, we missed it on this year.
That's
Or
right.
we were a little low on this year.
Yeah. There was
And-
one
and-
year when we gave 0 and it was like over 0.5% on the CPI.
Right,
But there
right.
there
And
were
then we
other
all,
things
but
going
then we
on.
also had the benefits.
That's right.
Where
Mhm.
they pick up 1% of their
That's correct.
benefits cost now.
Yeah.
Which I had forgotten about until you mentioned last night, yeah, so.
Is that all good information? Is there any other information that you guys would like to get?
No, I'm done. I'm good. And I think you made a very valid point in the budget hearing last night, Margaret. We have to be competitive or more competitive to retain the people we have.
And now is probably
Yeah.
the worst
Yeah.
time to make a change that is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
good for the
You're
employees.
you're
you know?
100% right. And you know,
I mean, we always have trouble getting people, but right now,
Well,
everybody is
right,
out
but we've
there,
been so
yeah.
fortunate to keep a crew for
Right,
so
we
long.
That's it.
Where
Yeah.
we cooperative and people think of, it's a dream for people to do job sharing. It's natural
Right?
Mhm.
here. So that's
Yeah.
something that's got really, really special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So that's taken care of.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, the selectmen's report,
I've got some ideas.
yeah, good. So, yeah, because both,
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I think
you're,
I was good with the changes.
You're good with it?
that Margaret
So
had.
what's your idea?
Okay, what I want to do is I want to add a line in here in capital projects for 2008.
Okay.
Where it comes in, put out to bid last summer. And put a new sentence in there
Okay.
before you start writing on the.
Yeah, yeah.
At the request of the business community, a split schedule was requested, so not to interfere with summer activity.
Okay.
Right, I think that's important that we put that in there. Then over at,
Yeah.
replace and improve town equipment. Instead of continuing work needed to bring the dam, I'd like to just put to complete the project. This is in 2019.
Yeah.
Change that to complete the project.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're,
Bullet two?
Second bullet, yeah.
First sentence.
Continue to work.
Needed to complete the
Complete
project.
Portland's
at the-
Pond Dam
yeah.
project.
Yeah, I don't want to say bring up to the required level.
Okay.
It's just complete the project, they've already told us that. And the other thing I think that is probably one of the most important things I'd like to bring up in my mind. Because one of the things that I don't think we got across last night, that we really need to stress, and I spoke to Wendy a little bit about it today.
Yeah.
Is our new initiatives in the rec department and the parks department should be taken as marketing to re-establish the valley and redetermine the valley, not as a business thing. We have a couple of people who are talking about that. And so what I think we do, instead of find ways to encourage new guest traffic in the summer.
Yeah.
I'd like to head it like, begin to market Waterville Valley as a centralized destination for hiking and outdoor activities.
It's good.
I still think Brooke needs to have some goals and objectives.
Yeah, I'm gonna work with her on some kinds of ways to measure them.
Yes,
So
exactly.
then she can add her figures for that. Want me to read that again? Begin to market Waterville Valley as a centralized destination for hiking and outdoor activities.
Okay.
And then as we flip the page,
Why don't we say all season?
I was thinking the same thing, year round. all
Say
seasons.
year-round, all
well, I
season.
think this recreation thing is more important to get it into outdoor activities. And that could be considered.
Year round.
I think year-round is important because she started the snowshoe hikes and she's gonna be doing some.
Okay, you can throw year round in there if you like. I
Which
just
which
don't want anyone to
distinguishes this from the efforts that the mountain makes.
see, but I think by putting year round, they go, well, why isn't the mountain doing it? Year round means skiing.
Yeah.
That's my first thought, that's why I kind of left it out. Because the goal of this is to bring people in midweek summer, midweek fall, midweek spring, when we don't need people. So if it's okay with you, if we could leave year round out.
Okay,
And then in the line where it says, we also plan to grow our recreation department here, I would start with, our recreation will begin to offer new programming this summer instead of offering this summer.
will begin.
will begin to offer new programming this summer.
this summer.
Then the next bullet would be the Parks Department will develop new programming within the Park Service Division. Or something to differentiate that. The first bullet would be Parks Department and the other ones would be the Recreation Department. So we could assign the responsibilities to each.
Okay.
And that was it for me.
And then you guys are all set with everything else.
Okay. All right. So ladder truck financing comparison, leasing versus bonding.
Yeah, there was a question last night about that, and I did the,
You got
Yes.
the license.
I hadn't seen that, but I did see him and he seems to have backed down on the concept that we don't necessarily need a ladder truck. I think he's.
Yeah, but
No,
he
no,
said
it's-
something else this afternoon where he suggests we lease
Right.
instead of buy because in case things go horribly here, we can return it.
No, I didn't see that.
You know. But I think, Margaret, I agree with your idea that we should have the people pay for who are going to use it.
Right. And if things did go badly, we could probably sell it for a good amount of money, given the
Yeah.
amount that people are.
And it was also assuming a 4% return on our money that we're saving, which I think is unrealistic in this environment. And also, Mark, if we return the truck on lease, what kind of other things are involved? We can't just go, here's your truck. They're gonna look for wear, tear.
well, we have to return it in a completely serviceable condition.
No, I
But
understand that.
I cannot foresee a circumstance, even if some of the things that he's talking about in his email
It's a worst
were to
case
come up.
analysis.
come across, we still have multi-story units here.
Right, it's just,
And you don't want to be in a situation where you don't have a ladder truck to address
well, I
that.
think the thing we need to address, even more important than the multi-unit, so this is based on the voters who are gonna be there. It's, I don't know if you saw the presentation that Jeff Drockett did. It's the single-family homes that need it. We can't
Oh, yeah.
safely get into these homes or put our firefighters on the roofs of these homes.
Mhm.
So that's even more important because the lodges have sprinklers. So theoretically, if something goes wrong in a lodge, the sprinkler's gonna go off, everyone's gonna get wet. And
Yeah, I agree.
But, so does anyone feel like changing our recommendation from purchase to lease?
No, I still think
Yeah,
we
yeah.
should bond it.
No, I've never been a fan of worst case analysis.
Okay.
It paralyzes.
It's a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle that's going to last for a very long period of time, and I think that we ought to spread paying for that vehicle out over that period of time.
I agree.
I agree, and
Right,
if this, and we could, if something were to happen, it's something that could be, so,
Okay,
not that we ever.
well, I just wanted you guys to have the actual numbers on hand for town meeting, so. Okay, so the final thing is there is the warrant and the MS 636, which is the budget that has to be posted with the warrant.
Do we need a motion on it?
If you would, please.
I will make the motion to approve the town warrant, 2019 town meeting warrant as presented today. Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
And I just want to point out, as you're doing that, the wording, and I will talk to Terry Wake about this, but the wording on the zoning ordinance amendments that we gave you were just drafts. They were not what Tara Bamford wanted us to use. So the wording that is on this
Okay.
document here has been cleared with her. It doesn't change the intent of
Yeah.
the questions, but it does change the wording.
Now, did you speak to Terry today about having a public hearing on this?
I did not get a chance to
Okay.
talk to him.
I think that's very,
Yes,
very
very
important.
important, and I will make sure. And you also need to sign the warrant itself.
You have to make a motion on the MS 636 as well.
Yes, just so you have that.
Would you make a motion on this?
I move that we sign the MS 636 proposed budget, Waterville Valley, for the period beginning 1 January 2019, ending December 31st, 2019, for approval by the select board.
Margaret, would you second that?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And this will be an example of the ballot that will go out.
So no trustee for the term. Trust. And Terry Wade is going to become,
The clerk.
I've been doing some thinking about the request to increase the Board of Selectmen to 5 members.
Yep.
And while I personally don't think it's a good idea, I'm wondering whether we should just leave that open and let the voters decide.
okay,
Does that make sense?
that's fine.
I think that's what the school board is going to do.
Well, the school board said they were.
No, they're gonna put their recommendations in, I think.
That's what they.
I had talked to Mike Furman,
Yeah,
and before 2017, you could not put a recommendation on it. But as of 2017, you can.
mhm.
So I don't know if it changed his mind, but
But at the meeting, he said he would welcome having 5 people
No,
on
but
the
they
board.
also
if
said
that's-
they, that's what, I'm following their lead. They said they would, all were against it.
right,
But if you want to take it off, it's fine. I don't have a problem taking off a recommendation.
I think we should be consistent with
That's,
whatever they
that's what I
do.
went for.
If it's
You want me
consistent
to
with what they,
find out.
yeah, let's find out,
Yeah.
because at the meeting, he seemed to say that
Sharon.
the problem is we
Mhm.
can't get enough volunteers. If we had some volunteers, I'd love to have some more people to spread the word.
That was his afterthought. but initially-
I have the school warrant upstairs.
The actual one,
Yeah,
can you check it and just see?
yeah.
And
It's
if
just open.
they don't have a recommendation on there, could you delete it on that and print that last page again?
Yep.
So let's see what their warrant
Mhm.
says. Are you done with Jim?
Yeah,
And I already thanked one of your guys today, Jim, but thank you for putting sand down on the sidewalks.
Oh, you're welcome, that's, yeah, we're trying to,
It was a mess yesterday. I just walked the road and it didn't look so bad, so, yeah.
that's, what you're seeing on the sidewalk is that 3 inches of rain
That we got after the big snow.
that froze after the fact.
and it thawed out this morning. I put my yak tracks on to go to the gym this morning,
Mhm.
thinking that it would be as bad as last night. And it had melted. There was a
It
layer.
all melted, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been,
I almost killed myself on the mudroom of my house with a yak track.
Yes.
we hit them pretty hard again today too, so.
Yeah, and what are we getting tonight?
The crew will probably be in again overnight tonight. We got rain, freezing rain.
when's
And
it
then
supposed to stop?
tomorrow's supposed to clear by noon and then sunny and temperatures overnight around 0. So,
I gotta take out
It's
my
gonna freeze up
generator
again.
to fix it.
so that's the latest.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'll get with you tomorrow and we'll talk some more about the truck.
And then I may,
We'll call Dan Cower and maybe we'll get some other info too.
What about our plow truck?
the boys went down to HP Fairfield.
To pick it up.
No. To just take a look, they're working on it, it's all stripped down. For placement of controls and to go through the controls and everything else. End of the month still, they say, but I'll believe it when it's here.
Oh, it is a leap year month.
That's right. Like I said the last time, the 29th, yeah. So, but,
No, it's
No, it's a short, no, it's really short. You know what I mean.
a non,
It was a non-legal.
It's 29 days as opposed, 28, whatever.
28
It's 28 days for normal until 2020.
Did they,
Each year is divisible
Say
by
that-
4.
daylight savings time is
Yeah.
March 10th?
it's early, yes. Before town meeting.
Benjamin Franklin is turning over
He
his
is.
grave.
He is.
The one thing I know, he saw how well I did in junior high.
The one thing I still find a little bit confusing is in Article 9, we say to see if the town will vote to raise an appropriate sum of $950,000. And right after in parentheses, we have 900,000. But you go on to
Good
explain
catch.
828.
No,
It should be 950.
No, it should be 900.
It says 900.
Oh, it should be 950.
It should be 950 because then we go and explain. Such 800 and whatever from the bonding and
Yeah.
71 from the,
828 and 71, it's 9, oh, yeah, so this should be 900,000 written out. It
right?
should not be 50.
900.
It should not
It
be.
should not be 50.
Ooh, good job.
Thank you for saving that.
good night,
We
everybody.
do get
See ya.
forgiveness on things like that when they happen, don't we?
Well, no, you guys,
Okay,
okay, so we just found this should be $900,000. Right?
Yep.
Not, it says 50.
Yep.
So we gotta delete that.
okay.
Yeah, it won't change the page.
No, it won't change that. Good catch,
Just
Rich.
good catch, Rich. Thank you. Holy cow.
I mean, we sometimes get
You and
forgiveness
Catholic school?
for
Yeah.
typos. but-
Right, yeah, and you do. You can-
All right, great. All right, is there anything else we have?
You have to sign.
You have to sign the
Is this one good?
signature page. So that one, so they put a recommendation on there, and you guys have a recommendation.
And the,
So,
and the recommendation is the
so
same.
it's-
Yeah.
So you want us to
so
sign
sign
this?
that page, please.
This is page 3.
Yeah, but all we have
Yeah.
to do is just print this, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just putting page 3 on there so I can find it.
And so we will post the warrant next, probably on Monday or Tuesday. There will be a certification page once we print it that you guys will sign next Wednesday.
And normal poll hours, normal everything else.
Normal poll hours.
Yeah. Is the school gonna do anything?
Yes, actually, I talked to, I don't know who that young guy was down on the front at the school district meeting
Guy all the way to the
with the
left?
hat on the left.
Rob, is it Rob Dean?
No,
No.
it wasn't Rocky.
No.
Oh, I know who he is. He is, what's the woman from the Ray Center, her husband? Amanda's husband.
Oh.
Ros,
Okay,
Roswell.
yeah.
Roswell.
okay, so
Yeah.
he's in charge of the PTA, and he said they will have a meal like 4:15 until 5:30. So,
It's good they're doing that stuff again.
Yep.
That was funny. When we joined the school, it was like, you showed up. All right, what committees are you on?
Right.
We'll tell you what committees we're on.
yeah,
You're
exactly.
doing this, you're doing that. No,
Yeah.
no. All right, are we done? All right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have to, we don't have to do it right now, but we need to be present,
Looks good.
following day.